Hello, good afternoon, students. Myself, Lija ma'am. Let us continue with our community health nursing. So, in the last class, we were learning regarding voluntary health organizations, otherwise NGO, non governmental organizations. So, in the last class, we have studied around five voluntary health organizations along with the definition of voluntary health organizations and the common functions of all voluntary health agencies. Let us have a flashback soon. What do you mean by voluntary health agency? What do you mean by voluntary health organizations? So I have already explained there are a few keywords which we should emphasize while we are writing the definition of voluntary health organizations. What were they? The first one is it is an administration which is run by an autonomous board. It is always running by an autonomous board. That means it is not coming under the control of government. It is owned by either a trust members or a few members. They have their own rules and regulations. So it's known as an autonomous board. And how they collect the fund or how their financial assistance is, it is through they actually collect the fund through private sources, and they expand the money with or without paid workers. So there are so many people working under voluntary health organizations. Many of them do it as a charity. Only few of them are paid. So in this way actually they run their activities without much expenses. So they really collect the fund through charity or through various private sources. And what they are really doing, they are actually helping the government or they are assisting the government in conducting any health programs which is really aiming for the public health through providing various health services like either medical camp conducting, or they may be conducting health education programs, or they may be having some research activities by raising few issues and making new laws, that is something like legislations, bringing up new legislations, or any of these services they are mainly aiming at. So we have seen the various functions in the last class. What were the functions of voluntary health agencies? First one is supplementing the work of government agency. As I have told, helping or supporting or supplementing the activities of government is the major function of a voluntary health agency. So never think that these are organizations who are not at all doing anything for government. They are really doing or helping the government by supplementing various work where the government is lacking, or the where the government is having their own limitations. Those areas they will find out. So the voluntary health organizations, they really work in the areas where government is lagging or where there is some minority problems in some particular vulnerable areas. So in India, the central government or the state government will not be able to control the whole health activities. There will be some areas where there is lagging, so those areas are supplemented by these voluntary health agencies. Then they have research activities, they have educational programs, as we have explained, they have experimental projects, they have they really guard the work of government agency in advancing new legislations in the health field. So these were some of the functions of voluntary health agencies. So in that we have seen regarding Indian Red Cross. I hope you all remember. So they really act during the natural calamities, and mainly they focus upon relief work, medicine supplies, and maternal and child welfare services, especially blood bank facilities, first aid facilities, family planning services. So they have various forms of activities. Next, we have seen Hindu Kusht Nivaran Sangh. So, from the word itself, as I have told, what is Kusht in Malayalam? That is leprosy. So, from the word itself, we will be knowing this voluntary health agency is helping for the improvement of leprosy patients, those who are suffering with leprosy. So previously it was known as British Empire Leprosy Relief Association, BELRA, we can short form, we can tell. So later it has been transferred to Hindu Kusht Nivaran Sangh, otherwise we can tell lepra. From the word itself, it is very clear that the main objective is for the welfare or even the control and eradication of leprosy from India. So next one was Indian Council for Child Welfare. So from the word as the word indicates, we have already discussed, they were looking for the welfare of children, especially bringing up new laws for the children, for protecting the children, in order to provide new opportunities and facilities for the children, especially focusing upon their overall development, that is their physical, mental, moral, spiritual and social development. The whole concept of health is protected. Next, we have seen the Tuberculosis Association of India. Here also from the word you can say that this voluntary health organization stands for the tuberculosis patients or TB care. So here also they conduct so many activities, like they conduct TB camp, they really raise the fund through private sources, they train the doctors and health visitors, especially for anti-tuberculosis work. They promote and they provide various health educations. They conduct conferences. So many activities they do towards the TB. Really, they have so much of branches also in India. Everywhere, in all state, they have branches. Next, we have seen regarding Bharat Sevak Samaj. So from the word we can know that it is actually saving means yes, helping, or we are doing work for Bharat. So especially here we have seen here also they have various branches in India, all over in mostly all the districts, and mainly they focus upon the sanitation of the villages, because as Mahatma Gandhi told, the development, the roots of development is lying in village areas. So if the rural development happens in India, then only we can tell that the health is developing, or the health is improving in India. Then only India can become one day a developed country. So they focus really on the sanitation of various villages. So Bharat Sevak Samaj, they focus upon the activities of these type of activities in order to attain the health of rural people. So today we are going to see regarding Central Social Welfare Board. So as I have told, it is also an autonomous organization. All these things you can start, because a voluntary organization is, of course, it is an voluntary autonomous organization which they have their own administrative control, which have their own activities, they plan their activities, they collect their fund. So Central Social Welfare Board, it's an autonomous organization under the general administrative control of the Ministry of Education. So we can tell that really they give much focus here on educational aspect. So let us see what are the functions of the board. They are actually under the administrative control of Ministry of Education. They have a tie-up with that. So as I have told, all these voluntary health agencies, they have a link with government. They are not under direct control of government, but they support all the activities of government. It was set up by the government of India in August 1953. So the main functions, we can see that the main functions are surveying the needs and requirements of voluntary welfare organizations in the country. There are various organizations. So really they do the survey. They will find out what are the needs, what are the requirements of various voluntary organizations in the country, and they will assist that particular things. Second is promoting and setting up of social welfare organization on the voluntary basis. They really promote and they really set up all the social welfare organizations, and they really give a big platform by organizing and coordinating all the activities of various small voluntary health organizations. They render the financial assistance for other existing organizations. If there are small voluntary organization who they don't have a big financial background, or they don't have a backbone by their own, so such type of small voluntary organizations, here they render the financial assistance and they provide the help. This board, they have initiated a family and child welfare service in 1968, especially focusing into the rural areas. They were focusing for the welfare of women and children. The activities under this project were teaching of craft, then they were doing social education, they were conducting literary classes, they were conducting various maternity aids for women, then distribution of milk through Anganwadis, then organization of play centers for children. So these all were mainly focusing upon family and children, because as we all know, in the rural area, when we look into, in order to bring up the health of the people, mainly we have to focus upon the environmental sanitation and the basic facilities like a toilet, all these things. Other than this, we have to focus upon the family. So family, the vulnerable group, we have to focus, that is the children and the women. So these all services are provided by this voluntary health agency. So I hope you have understood what all activities they provide. Next one is Kasturba Memorial Fund. So as the word indicate, I hope you all know Kasturba Gandhi. In the remembrance of Kasturba Gandhi, after her death in 1944, this voluntary organization has been came up. They really raised the fund by keeping the objective that in order to improve the health of women, and especially focusing upon the villages through Gram Sevikas. We all have heard Gram Sevika, especially in the rural areas. So they focus into the villages for the improvement of the women. The trust has nearly around 1 crore rupees, or 1 crore activities we can tell, and is actively engaged in various welfare projects in the country. So all the welfare activities they support with their financial aid and support supplies and activities, especially focusing upon villages and the women in the villages. This is about Kasturba Memorial Fund. Next is Family Planning Association of India. So as the word indicate, as I have told, all these organizations, most of the organizations, when we hear the name itself, we'll be able to guess what all activities they provide. So Family Planning Association of India, what they will be focusing upon? Yes, they will be focusing upon the family planning activities. So it was formed in 1949. The headquarters lies at Mumbai, and they really do many pioneering works in the field of family planning in India, because as we all know, India is still a developing country. So one of the main hindrance factor why India is not able to become a developed country is the population. We have sometimes the population explosion even. That means the rapid increase in the population. So this thing can be controlled only through health education by promoting family planning. So the association has various branches all over the country. All these branches are running various family planning clinics, and they have their own their support, grant support. That means the fund support even from the government side also. So the government also, they really provide financial assistance, and this association, they really train various doctors, health visitors and social workers to promote the family planning activities. So when we look into the services, we can see that the contraceptive services for women and for men, Then abortion services, that is medical termination of pregnancy, MTP we can tell. So the medical supplies for that, and even the surgical, safe surgical supply for that is also provided. Then emergency contraception. Then they look into the fact of maternal health care and child health care, so which includes all the things. As we all know, we have already studied MCH, so all the facilities, antenatal facilities, postnatal facilities, delivery services, immunizations, supplements, all the under 5 clinic activities, everything is a part of the services rendered by the Family Planning Association of India. So here also they have various diagnostic and treatment facilities also, especially for infections like reproductive tract infections, sexually transmitted infections like STI, RTI we can tell. So all the reproductive healthcare activities, not only for women, for men and women, and infertility services they provide. Then especially adolescent sexual health care concern, so they provide various reproductive activities for adolescent girls, and counseling is also one of the major factor or the key factor among the adolescent. So all these services are provided. So when we hear the word family planning, don't think that they provide or they supply only the family planning equipments. It is not like that. Not only contraceptive, they have wide range of services like MTP services, emergency contraception, maternal health care facilities, adolescent health, child health activities, diagnostic activities, infertility treatment, counseling services. So they have a wide range of activities which is coming under the platform of family planning. Next, let us see All India Women's Conference. So from the word itself, it is very clear that this voluntary organization focus upon the work especially for women. So it is the only women voluntary welfare organization in India, we can tell. Only focusing, only and only they focus upon the women. So it was established in 1926, and now even they have branches all over the country. So most of the branches they run all the MCH clinics. So they have MCH clinics, they have medical centers, and they have adult education centers and family planning clinics, which is all focusing upon the women. So let us see the objectives. So here we can see they are mainly focusing upon women. Why? Because they really believe in the principle that the social justice, the personal integrity, and the equal rights and opportunities for all, if it is male or if it is female, the rights and the personal integrity and the opportunity should lie the same for everybody. So that is the main objective of this voluntary health agency, to secure recognition in the inherent right of every human being to work and to achieve the essentials of life by planned social distribution. So it is equally distributed everywhere in the society. All men and women, everybody have the right to work. They all should get education. They all should get the equal rights. They really support each citizen in order to take up the right and should enjoy all the civil liberties. As a citizen, male and female, or men and women, both of them should get all the liberties. So they really stand against all the separative tendencies. There are nowadays so many problems happening. Even in India nowadays, we can see that in some of the rural areas where education is a question mark, in such type of areas we can really see the tendency of separating, females have their own problems, males have their own problems. If some female is coming up in the society, there may be some separative tendencies. So they all stand against this type of things, and they really promote a greater national integration and unity. So it should so the sexual discrimination is one of the main intrinsic factor of a national integration and unity. It should be taken out from the society. So this organization really work for the general progress and welfare of women and children, and to help the women to utilize all the facilities to the fullest, and to get all the fundamental rights what a Indian constitution is providing to its citizen. to work for permanent international amity and world peace, so that they are also looking for a good international unity and world peace through these organizations. The activities already I have told: MCH clinics they renter, and they provide medical centers, they provide adult education centers, milk and food supplies, and family planning clinics. All this which is focusing upon especially women. So next is Voluntary Health Association of India. So from this word itself, it is very clear that they really work for all the voluntary health organizations itself. So it's a non-profit organization which was formed in 1970s, and it has various branches all over the India. The main objectives were to ensure the social justice in order to provide equity and human rights in the distribution of health services. Whatever health services Indian government is providing, it should reach into the hands of the people equally, by getting the human rights equally shared by all the men and women. So here also they emphasize on less privileged millions. So especially they focusing upon the areas where there is less privileged, to promote and strengthen the medical rationale. So these three words are really very much meaningful. They really promote and strengthen medically rational, culturally acceptable, and economically sustainable healthcare system in the country. So they whatever medical supply they provide, it has a rationale behind that. So the amount which is given for the medical field, so the medically rational and culturally accepted, all the people should be able to accept what services provided by the voluntary health agencies, and economically sustainable. So as a developing country economy we have to look into, so each family we have to look for, because still we have below poverty line families in India. So the economical sustainability of the healthcare sectors or systems in the country also should be taken care. They provide all the relief and rehabilitative services in the areas of disaster and natural calamities, so that they have to rebuild the better life of the population itself. Then to develop the sustainable and innovative strategies to ensure the health and overall community development. Since it is the voluntary organizations which is standing for all voluntary organizations, they mainly focus upon innovative strategies, and they look for the whole development of the country. They really want to bring up all the community development should happen, especially in the remote and vulnerable areas, because the development should start from the grassroots level in a country like India. So they really focus upon these type of things. So next let us look into the last one, that is All India Blind Relief Society. Here also from the word itself it is very clear that they really stand for whom? Yes, they really stand for the blind community. So this society was established in 1946 with a view to coordinate different institutions working for the blind. We know that there are so much of private institutions who work for the welfare of the country through eradicating or eliminating blindness from the country. Even central government also have various programs to eliminate this type of problems, especially the vision problems, the blindness, temporary blindness, permanent blindness. So here this voluntary health agency, they really coordinate all the institutions. They provide so much of platform so that all the private institutions they can join together and they can do something very good for the society through conducting various eye camp, free cataract surgeries they provide. So they really organize various eye relief camp and other measures for the relief of the blind. So as I have told them, they conduct many eye relief camp and they provide various services like free cataract surgeries, all the provision of a lens, provision of goggles, by checking the proper eyesight, in order to improve or in order to take out this type of problems like blindness from the country. So I hope you all remember what we have studied today. We by this we are winding up the topic of voluntary health agencies. In the last class we have studied about 5 voluntary health agencies, that was Indian Red Cross Society, Hindu Kush Nivaran Sangh, Indian Council for Child Welfare, Tuberculosis Association of India, and Bharat Sevak Samaj. Today we have studied about Central Social Welfare Board, which was especially focusing upon welfare of all the other voluntary health agencies, and they provide various services like teaching of craft, social education, literacy classes, these all things. Then we have studied Kasturba Memorial Fund, which was in the commemoration of Kasturba Gandhi. They also focusing upon the development of women, especially in the village area. Then we have seen Family Planning Association of India, who support really all the activities of family planning. And then we have seen All India Women Conference, we have seen. Then we have seen All India Blind Relief Society. We have seen voluntary health organizations, by organizing all the voluntary health agencies in India, especially focusing for Indian population. So these all are not only, you don't think that only these 10 or 11 voluntary health agencies are in India. We are just highlighting few as an example under the platform, under the topic of voluntary health agencies. This is one of the important aspect for your exam in this particular unit. Again I am making you reminded that this unit is very very important. In this particular unit all the topics are equally important. So this is one of the main short note, or as a part of essay we can see for the final exam. So you all should be knowing very well, you should be able to know regarding the definition, how to write properly what is a voluntary health agencies, and you should know the common functions. So in the common functions we have seen supplementing the work of government agencies by providing the pioneering works like research activities, educational activities, demonstrative activities, experimental projects, and regarding guarding the work of government agencies, and advancing health legislation. See if there is any new laws are they are bringing up, then all these legislative activities. So these common functions, if you keep in mind these common functions, it can really help you to write each functions of all these voluntary health agencies. From the word we can come to know especially which health field, or especially where they are focusing. So what they will be focusing is the same thing. They support the government activities, they provide research activities, support for research activities, they provide health education, they provide various experimental projects, they have supplies of equipments, food, medicines, they bring up new rules and regulations or legislations. These things are the common for all voluntary health agencies. This all things are available in KPARK textbook, and even you can look through even KK Gulani. In KPARK textbook it is very well explained in that particular unit of healthcare delivery system in India. I hope you all have understood about voluntary health agencies. You all have to read the textbook so that you will be having a more fund of knowledge. See you all in the next class. Thank you, students.